I've been hearing through the grapevine that because I told you to bet conservatively last week, most of you only managed to make about $8 million. And for that, I'm sorry. So this week, we here at Unprofessional Breakdown, brought to you by Bet Online, are going to bet big. This time, with the help of 3 college professors and some random guy on YouTube so you can hear both sides of the story. It's time to go make some money. Let's go. First fight. Starting off this can't miss card is a can't miss fight between Ashley Evans Smith and Aileen Perez. Calm down. I don't want you guys to get disappointed later when these bangers start to slow down. And since you're already this hyped up, it's telling me that you're not ready to start betting. So for the first time in Unprofessional Breakdown history, I'm going to advise that we skip betting on this first fight so we can get our minds right for one of the most stacked cards in recent UFC history. Next fight. After realizing the big payday with Conor is probably not going to happen, Michael Chandler decides to go undercover to fix a fight. This time, at light. He didn't even bother changing the weight class. You didn't think we was going to ask any questions, Michael? Like what happened to Carl Deaton's hair? Kathy, give Dana a call. This guy thinks we're stupid. Next fight. Finally, opportunity to make some money. Unprofessional Breakdown GOAT, Michael the Count Bisman from a country ending in Stan, is going down to flyweight to fight. Doesn't even matter. Remember that asshole that made you lose all that money in crypto? Give him a call. It's payback time. Tell him to bet on the other guy because we're banking on Bisman. Next fight. Remember when I told you guys not to get excited because the bangers might slow down? Well, we're not there yet because we have another banger on our hands between 2 household names. Evan Elder versus Gennaro Valdez. Now, if you purchased Unprofessional Breakdown Volume 3 and you've already read Chapter 16, Subsection 4, then you already know who we're going to pick and why. But for you amateur sports bettors out there that haven't purchased the book yet, I'm going to advise that you hit that subscribe button while I distract you from the fact that I only know 5 fighters on this whole card. Next slide. Like these guys. Unprofessional Breakdown GOAT Ronda Rousey from Russia is fighting Estela Nunes. Now, the fact that Ronda Rousey is now fighting out of Russia means sometimes during fight week, she's going to say smash. And you guys are going to pretend like that's the coolest thing you ever heard. So we're going Ronda Rousey via first round armbar. Next fight. My fellow Marylandese fighter, Tucker Lutz versus Melsik Baghdasaryan. Now, I'm not going to lie. When I first counted how many consonants are in Baghdasaryan, I got a bit worried for my fellow Marylandese fighter. But then I found something. Like Baghdasaryan's nickname is Gun. While Tucker, his nickname is Top Gun. Now, if you don't feel like that's enough data and analytics for you to cash out your 401k and bet it on Tucker, then enjoy staying poor. Next fight. Another fighter that didn't learn his lesson from Cody Brundage. Terrace McKinney has been a long-time supporter of Unprofessional Breakdown. He even told us he can't wait until this fight week so he can hear what we have to say about his fight. Next fight. Recovering potato addict. Ottoman Azaitar, Google it, you won't be disappointed. One of the coolest stories that happened from the pandemic. Ottoman Azaitar versus Francisco Prado. Fun fact. Unprofessional Breakdown merch is now available. Scroll down under the video, buy one, and you can support the channel. But I promise you this. After our 5th million sold shirt, I'm going to donate the rest of the profits into figuring out what Ottoman Azaitar was really hiding in that bag of potatoes. We're going to Ottoman Azaitar. Next fight. Another fun banger in one of the most stacked divisions in UFC. Women's 145. Norma Dumont versus Chelsea Handler. Number 13 versus number 15. Meaning the winner of this is probably going to get a title shot. And because I used to have a big crush on Chelsea Handler growing up, we're going to make a conservative bet on her about 700,000. Play it safe. Next fight. The big ticket is back. Walt Harris versus a white guy named Josh. These white guys named Josh usually come in 2 forms, both extreme ends of the scale. They're either guaranteed easy money or guaranteed easy money. Either way, somebody's getting paid. We just have to make sure that's us. But due to my uncharacteristic lack of data on this specific white guy named Josh, I'm going to advise that we make another conservative bet, this time on Walt Harris. I say bet about $500,000. Again, play it safe. Next fight. Here we are at our co-main event. Albert Duriev versus Ju Young Park. I'm not going to lie to you. Due to how crazily good this co-main event is, I had a hard time breaking it down unprofessionally. So for the first time in Unprofessional Breakdown history, we're going to do something stupid. We're going to look at both guys' previous fight history and their fighting styles and compare with each other and think of who's going to win if they was to fight each other in the octagon. Or you could trust the algorithm and go with the Russian guy with the beard with no mustache. Next fight. Here we are at our main event, believe it or not. Holly Holm versus Mayra Bueno Silva. Now, remember when I said I only knew 5 people on this whole card? Well, that was a fucking lie. I only knew 4. But luckily for you, one of them happens to be in this main event. And she's about to get us paid. That's right. Our girl Mayra. And that's it. UFC Fight Night. Holm versus Bueno Silva. Saturday, July 15th at the Apex in Las Vegas, Nevada. Good luck with your picks.